Hey Scorpio, this is Lotus Magic. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you your October 2018 Oracle Guidance message. Before I get into the reading, I just want to say that Scorpio, I've been noticing that for the last couple of months, just through the different readings, and I also on my Instagram page, I did a fall equinox reading for the fall season. And what's been coming up a lot for Scorpio is really trying to get rid of the negativity and the destructive patterns in your life. And it's coming up again for October. So Scorpios, and I know that with Scorpios have a dark side. And so I'm feeling like Scorpios right now are just struggling with their transformations. And Scorpio rules transformation and death, but not necessarily in the physical, because even on our evolutionary path spiritually, there has to be a death before there's rebirth. So that's really the theme that I'm picking up this month for Scorpios, is really working on your transformation. And I just really feel like what's troubling you is ending negative patterns. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the reading. Your oracle message comes from the god of the underworld, and it says something which no longer serves you is about to end. So I'm feeling like Scorpios, you're almost there. You're really pushing forward, and I'm really proud of you. You just need to continue to work on ending any negative behaviors, thoughts, patterns that are really blocking you from putting things that need to die um, at rest. And you're really being urged to end any toxic behavior that is keeping you stuck in this box. And healing and transformation really can be painful. It really can be hard. And so if you're using, I feel like, and I'm struggling, sorry guys, because I want to make sure that I say this right without being too offensive. But if you're blocking your own path with your destructive behavior towards yourself and others, you're really not going to grow, and things in your life are not going to change. And that means ending any addictions, because addictions have been coming up a lot for Scorpio. And I have two Scorpio parents who suffered from addictions of various forms, and it was the one thing that was very difficult for them to change, because then they would have to deal with their issues that they are using their addictions to escape from. So I feel like escapism right now is really kind of like what you guys are doing to avoid this transformation and this spiritual journey, spiritual, physical, whatever you're trying to change. You're also having a difficult time with letting people go. And I know that when Scorpio loves, they can be borderline very possessive. Not obsessive like a Libra can be, but like possessive, ownership. Scorpios seek ownership. And so you're really struggling with letting people go. And this could be a relationship. So I am picking up more of a relationship issue. So if you're a Scorpio in a relationship that is toxic and destructive, whether it's you or the other person, you are struggling with letting it go. But it's time to end it, because the relationship is not serving you for your higher purpose. It's just time to let it go. And it's blocking your transformation. So it's really time to focus on ending those things that are blocking your growth, blocking your transformation, blocking your rebirth, because you're on the brink of a rebirth, but you're just holding on to negative patterns and thoughts, beliefs, and habits, behaviors. So you really need to focus this month on getting this wrapped up. And October is a 1 month numerologically, so we should be starting something new. And it's really a month where you're going to be able to focus on yourself. And so September being a 9 month really makes us focus on others and being of service to others. So perhaps what's blocking you is you're trying to fix the person you're with. You're trying to focus on changing that person and not really seeing how all that energy you're putting into someone else is really causing a destructive situation within you. So you're not taking care of you. And this month you really need to keep your eyes on yourself and the destructive patterns and habits and thoughts that you're doing to yourself that's keeping you from your happiness, because I just don't feel like many Scorpios in the collective right now are happy, but you're also trying to gain that through someone else and thinking that if you fix that person, it's going to help you, but it's not. You really need to focus on why you have that destructive thought pattern in the first place, because your happiness lies within you, not anyone else. So you really need to focus your energy on really trying to end any destructive patterns that you have that centers around relationships. You need to focus your energy on leadership. And so this comes up again in the energy sector. You really need to take a lead role on ending these situations. Like I said, I feel like you're trying to have someone else do it by trying to fix someone else. If I fix that person, then everything will be good. But you're not looking at your own behaviors right now. You're not looking at your own thoughts and beliefs and seeing how they are co-creating the dynamics of this relationship that's toxic, because you are a co-creator of your relationship. So you can stop shifting blame on that person, thinking that if that person fixes themselves, then everything will be better. You're a co-creator. What are you doing to cause the toxicity of this relationship? What are you doing to cause the destructive and toxic energy that's stopping yourself from growing? That person's not stopping it. You are. So you need to take a lead in really looking at yourself and stepping up to the plate to do what you need to do to end the situation. And I'm not giving breakup advice, but if that means that you need to take a lead and end the relationship, that's what you have to do, because it's blocking you from your happiness. Okay, maybe this person is not trying to leave, but that doesn't mean you have to stay. You know, no one can make you entertain a relationship but you. If it's abusive, then you need to get some help outside of yourself, from someone that can help you. But if it's not like that serious, if it's not that toxic, then why are you there? Even if a person says, I love you, I'll change and all that, if you're not seeing it, you need to take the lead and say, hey, you're not doing it and you're still hurting me and I have to go. You need to focus your energy on your pride. And it could be that pride is getting in the way of you ending this situation, or your pride is getting in the way of you taking ownership and accountability for the destructiveness and toxicity that you're bringing into your life, into the relationship, into your life, that's stopping you from your happiness. And it could be a lot of blaming another person, like I was just saying, and you need to let go of your pride, and the need to be right. If you're too focused on being right, you're not focused on being productive in your progression. And because you keep telling yourself and forcing people to believe that you're right, it's like you can't even embrace new ideas and perspectives and behaviors that's really, really, truly going to help you progress. Instead, it's keeping you in a cycle of negativity. So you need to let down your pride, and you're going to have to trust that the universe has your back and will bring you something better. You have to really trust God right now to help guide you on this transformative journey. But holding on and trying to be right and trying to prove another person wrong and all of that is just so destructive. And Scorpios can be really destructive, verbally, physically. You can be very, very destructive, but you're only destroying yourself in the process, because all of that energy is really just allowing your devil, your inner devil, to take over. And it's moving you away from God, and it's moving you away from loving yourself enough to put an end to what needs to go. So you really need to focus your energy on shutting down that pride and doing what you got to do to make yourself happy. Take ownership, take accountability, because you are a co-creator in the relationship. If you're not the destructive person, if you're not the person bringing the negativity, by allowing it, you are enabling it. Okay? So you may not be the cause, but you can definitely be an enabler. And it's because you stick around. So you're enabling whoever this person is in your life to continue to treat you a certain way, because you're not taking leadership. You're not taking ownership. You're just blaming and constantly telling the person that it's their fault, their fault, their fault. It's not you, it's not you, it's not you. Well, it is you, because you still stay and you're still co-creating the toxic relationship by enabling the behaviors, by not taking a stand. Okay, you also need to focus your energy on relationship changes. And that's why I say, I don't give breakup advice, but worst case scenario, you may have to change the relationship. And this could also be changing the relationship you have with yourself. Change the relationship that you have with your intuition, with your connection to God. Just overall, changing the relationship you have with you will help you change the relationships that you encounter, that you're in, and that you want to attract. So understanding that it all starts with self, and taking ownership and accountability for the fact that we attract people who vibrate on our energy. And I'm not saying that you're the negative one. What I'm saying is, if you have this negative perception of yourself, you're going to attract people who also confirm that. So you really need to focus on either A, changing the relationship with yourself, or changing the relationship that you're in. Or perhaps doing all these things will change the relationship that you're in, even if it's not about a breakup. It may just, in fact, change the relationship overall, because now you're standing up for yourself. You're not accepting the negative behavior, and you're taking accountability, where shifting the blame all on that person makes them more resistant, and it makes them continue to do things because you're not taking ownership and accountability. So perhaps even taking ownership and accountability for co-creating this toxicity will help shift the other person's perception, and also make them a little more open-minded to change, because you're doing it from a cooperative perspective. Okay, we're doing this together. It's not just about you, it's me too. Okay, I've been allowing this to happen, so I have to take ownership for allowing this to happen, and I'm no longer going to allow it. And if we can't change within ourselves together, then we have to separate. So you have to know when to give it your all and when to give it nothing and walk away. Your healing insight message comes from Moldavite, and this is the metamorphosis crystal. Okay, detach yourself from mundane issues. You are going through a spiritual transformation, so dramatic changes occur as you reach beyond your limits. Talk to your soul to check the outcome of present actions. Transcend time. Avoid sowing seeds of destruction. Fertility and good fortune await. So it's really like I was just saying, you're on this transformation. You're trying to figure out how to make your life better, how to make it happier, but it also means that you need to start tapping into your soul to figure out how to do that. You need to detach yourself from the destruction, the negativity. You need to detach yourself from anything that's blocking your transformation. People, thoughts, habits, behaviors, anything that's blocking you, and checking your actions. What are you doing to cause and enable, to create this negative energy? And it could be, like I said, that escapism. Instead of dealing with the problems, you're escaping, drinking, sex, getting high, things like that. Things that take your mind off of it instead of dealing with it. And that definitely blocks your connection to God. It blocks your connection to your spirit, your soul, so that you can progress on your journey. You also got black tourmaline. So, like I said, there's a lot of negativity going on around you, whether it's you or another person. But black tourmaline is an excellent crystal that repels negativity from others, and it keeps our own negative energy in line. So you need to strengthen your protection, consolidate plans, and be realistic. You'll soon see the way through obstacles. Ensure you are well protected. Ill wishing or envy may be directed your way. Neutralize bad energy without harm to others. Watch your thoughts. Attend to practical matters. Be generous and give others freedom. Okay, so really focusing on you yourself, not being the destructive person, and getting rid of your destructive patterns, and also being aware that in this transformation, those that have been able to control you with this negativity are going to not wish you well as you change and take leadership. So you're going to need to protect yourself from the negativity from other people. And that's why, if need be, there has to be relationship changes. But remember, it starts with self. The moment you change the relationship with yourself, you're going to find it easier to change the relationships around you. But beware, that does breed some negativity, especially from someone who's been able to control you and manipulate you with the negativity and keep you stuck. And sometimes people even feed you the drugs, the drink, the sex. It's like all those things can be used as control too. So if you've been allowing someone to kind of keep you in this mindset, this dazed mindset, and distracted from your journey, the moment you take leadership and say, hey, I'm focused on my growth, trust me, you're going to get a lot of hate. You're going to get a lot of hate. You're going to have to protect yourself. Definitely get you some black tourmaline. It's powerful. I mean, this is probably the one crystal that I never want to go without. And I teach in classrooms, and I carry that with me, and it because we deal with a lot of kids that have a lot of negative energy in their lives, and they bring it to school and transfer that energy to others, that it definitely blocks that. So definitely get yourself some black tourmaline, okay? And if you're struggling, Scorpio, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to Seek professional help to help you with addictions. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you are a victim of abuse in a situation, physical abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse. Please seek help, because there are support systems out there in place in the world today that really can help you get out of those toxic situations, because one or two things are going to happen. You're going to succumb to the negativity and become the destructive person and hurt somebody, or you're going to allow this to be your death physically. Okay? So do what you got to do to end things that no longer serve you. Focus on your happiness, your transformation, and your future. And be a leader. All right, Scorpio, good luck. And until October, love and light.